Everybody cheat, right? Come on. Ooh, everyone I know, everybody cheat.
We're live on Facebook. Say hello, Facebook. Peace and love, family. We're live. Good morning. This is Straight Talk Morning Show. And my name is Andre Hill. I have Andre Hill Jr. in as backup today. Latasha is with Chaneri at the workout place where we're headed afterwards. And we have a guest. Her name is Melanie Washington. Hello, Melanie. Okay, so Melanie has some things, some ideas or projects or programs that she works with in terms of hair, and particularly one of my concerns. I want to restore our Black Aboriginal queens to their natural order, and in order to do that, we have to find techniques and alternative ways of bringing out their beauty. And some of those chemicals, what are they doing? So Melody is going to talk about that and give some alternatives or some ideas on how to manage your hair.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Also, like Michael Vick, he's also a cancer monkey, and she is a deputy sheriff. So that's a good thing because I feel very protected. Where's your pistol?
Oh, Lord, also, well, family, check this out. Also, Melanie Wash, you are the founder of Black Boss Network. Am I correct?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, we're gonna touch on that today. That's one of the big topics we're gonna touch on.
Definitely.
Also, Melanie's going to be at the Return of Africa event on October the 19th. You want to come out and be able to talk to her and see her and ask her, how can you be a part of the Black Boss Network?
Definitely want to find that out.
And so, yeah, you're going to speak at the event.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
Excited about that.
All right. So before we get into Melanie, I posted some things on the Facebook, so I'm going to get that out of the way first. As promised, one of the things I posted was, I'm going to read the three things. The Black Aboriginal men, how they're going to regain their superpowers. That's one topic. And the other is Shahrazad Ali. The week before I went on vacation in Atlanta, I recommended that our sisters check it out. Well, all people, not just our sisters, because I'm an avid fan that only the Black Aboriginal is the one that is capable of saving this planet from the direction where it's headed. And in order for us to complete that mission, we got to get our act together. And first and foremost, we need our women to understand that they're protected. They need to understand that Black men are going to step up and do what they're required to do. And once we restructure our family back in the natural order, then we can go about the mission of saving our planet. Because right now, I talk about that parasite all the time. The parasite is non-human, but it manipulates mentally or spiritually challenged humans and doing the horrible things that are going on the planet. And it's going to continue because it's a program just like the Matrix. It's going to continue until we, the Black Aboriginals, get our act together, and then we can help all the other cultures that are insecure about our DNA understand that we're not here to hurt them, harm them, or disrespect them, but we all need to get with the program. And the program is Mother Earth. Mother Earth is getting ready to scratch us, and the hurricanes and tornadoes and all earthquakes on the horizon are indicators of Mother Earth scratching us. All right. So also one other topic, Daryl and I have had this discussion once before, but on Daily Blast Live, Thursday at 3 p.m. All right. They showed a film again of the United States Navy admitting that yes, we have film and we've been filming UFOs. All right, so why do I go into the UFO situation? Because Black Aboriginal people, we got to get out of the nursery rhymes and the fairy tale illusion of reality and get into reality of understanding we are not alone. There are billions of other solar systems out there, and there are other solar systems that are millions of years more advanced than us. And so we need to wake up and get out of that childlike mentality. I posted a priest or a former priest on Facebook page, go check it out, Andre Hill Sr. And he was basically saying, the hell was made up. And next week, I'm going to talk about the word hell and where it really came from. And I'll just give you a hint. It was a dump outside of Israel. But they used that to manipulate our people into believing through oppression and believing in this concept. And that gives them an excuse for not being responsible for their actions.
Indeed. Hold on, real quick. You and Daryl had a conversation about what now?
If what he's trying to say is that you and I can't really have an intelligent conversation, unless he's involved in it. That's what he's trying to say. Or maybe we too old to have. I don't know.
We just,
I missed that conversation. I didn't get a chance.
Well, it was a brother. It was an old school brother conversation.
Okay.
But the basis and the foundation of the conversation is mainstream media. And I said recanted in my post. Well, but they're recanting their policy of not talking about these things, by saying, look, the panel, it was a panel of 4 people, 3 Caucasians, 1 female, and 1 Black Aboriginal young man, and they were elaborating on, their beliefs and that, we're not alone, so, I think that I know for certain until the Black Aboriginals wake up to those possibilities that our ancestors were the first extraterrestrials on this planet. All right. And so we got to wake up and understand the technology that has been here for hundreds of maybe millions of years on this planet. Pyramids that are deep in the earth, that were developed with technology far more advanced than what we have right now.
So I got a question for you.
I'm waiting.
Come on in.
Bring it.
So why we got to be extraterrestrial?
Well, okay. So to me, the word,
it sounds like we kind of look like
little green man.
Yeah, alien. The aliens. What's up?
Well, that's all bad programming.
Okay.
Yeah, because see, when the parasite starts setting up this matrix, this program, they use their images and the extraterrestrials that manipulate them, but they never talk about the Browns. The only way I found out about the Browns is when I went out to Phoenix after this mile-wide UFO floated over Phoenix, and everybody saw it, and it was documented, and so I went out, I flew out to interview some people, and this blonde, blue-eyed Caucasian woman told me in an interview when I was writing my book, The Second Coming, that she talked about the horrors of the ETs that control them, Abians or Caucasians, and how they extracted specimens or inserted or artificial insemination, but she told me that, but there is a race of ETs that are the spiritual ones that comforted her. I'm going like, they comforted you? So you mean their technology had to be far more advanced than the Europeans aliens in order for them to.
So wait a minute, Andre. You telling me that every race has an extraterrestrial that's over them?
They have. There are.
So the black race, we got a Martian up there. The white folks got Martians. Chinese got Martians.
Why you gotta say Martian? Mars is not the only planet in the universe.
Well, okay,
but there are different ET cultures.
Okay,
and they are based on their technology.
Okay,
yeah, just like during World War II, when we started to invade the Pacific, and landed on some of those islands,
Okay.
a lot of the Aboriginals that were there saw these Caucasian and black Americans land, and that's how they started a religion. They started building planes, edifices, as to demonstrate their
Andre,
appreciation.
here's why I appreciated Tatiana. Because she would get you right back on point.
Well, how do we get? See, wait a minute. We got off point because I went into my son asked about what conversation we had.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So anyway,
Okay.
but so we skipped, and we got to the extraterrestrial thing. We got off course, but it's all tied into waking our people up and understanding,
I like
what our purpose is.
Yes.
And typically the structures that are in place right now,
I'm hearing sound.
yeah, typically the structures that are in place right now are not going to help us get to that point. We got to go and educate ourselves on a different level.
Okay.
So, but I was happy to see mainstream media elaborating on the reality of this situation.
UFOs.
Right. And this was at 3 p.m. when most black people are at work. They aired this story and went into detail about the Navy admitting that, yes, we've been tracking, we've been filming them. They do exist.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So let's go back to, and we want to stick within our time frame here and we're going to get to Melanie because this thing with the hair deal. I'm interested. I saw the movie Good Hair, Bad Hair kind of thing.
Yeah, with Chris Rock.
Yeah. All right. So the black Aboriginal men. Now let me qualify the statement because the statement basically said that the black Aboriginal men need to reclaim their superpowers. So now, how does that address our black Aboriginal women?
Right.
Well, they never lost their superpower. They've been doing what they had to do, but now they had to even step up their game and intercede or represent black men because we just punked out, and so they never lost their superpower. So now the black man must regain his superpower. So how does he do that? All right. So first and foremost, it's a code of ethics, and the code of ethics, what black men are notorious for is lying. We have lying is like a virus, and we've acquired it from our slave masters because our slave masters are some of the lyingest people, lyingest entities on the planet. So, brothers, it's very important. This is what I do every day of my life. I don't lie, I don't cheat, I don't steal, and I don't break the codes, the spiritual codes of law. I don't sleep around with other men's wives. And, and you have to practice that every day of your life. When you wake up, you got to say, no matter how difficult it is, I'm going to face up and tell the truth. If you're married and you got a woman on the side, you need to go ahead and face up and let your wife know, and go ahead and accept the consequences because the parasite knows. The parasite is watching you. The parasite's got tabs on you through your telephone, through your TV, through all other means. And whenever you decide you want to do something right by humanity, you can't do it because the parasite going to bring up that issue. And it's being demonstrated just like the young man with Antonio Brown. He wasn't married, but I mean, what everything in darkness shall soon come to light. Yeah. And so that's the number one thing. Brothers, we have relegated ourselves to by hook or crook, so we got to cut the deal by any means necessary. And we're still, it requires lying, so we feel that we have to do all of these underhanded things by cheating the system, what have you. And so the parasite encourages that because when you break those laws, once again, this new technology is even better. Back in the old days, they used to just bug your phones and point devices at your house. But now they got us, with this Facebook, these iPhones, man. I was just speaking out loud one day and evidently said some key word. My phone ask me, can I help you? I'm going like, what? All right, so we're about to go to a break, and we're gonna get some more pointers on why and how that brother is gonna regain. And I'm gonna ask Melanie what she think about those things.
All right.
Yeah, Melanie gonna let her chime in on that. All right, thank you.
Williams Funeral Home, providing the highest quality, professional, and caring service for your family. Call Jeffrey Rhodes at 813-253-3419. That's 813-253-3419. Or visit him at 301 North Howard Avenue, Tampa, Florida. Ray Williams Funeral Home, for the finest care and quality service.
This is Linda Archie with Taya Temple United Methodist Church. Join us every first and third Saturday of the month at the Village Market, East Tampa, 3206 North Sanchez Street. Free parking, free admission, fresh produce, live entertainment, vendor shopping, and delicious cooked food. Join us every first and third Saturday of the month, beginning June 22nd. For vendor information, call me 1-888-991-2502. See our ad in Touch News or Florida Sentinel. Please call me at 1-888-991-2502. The Village Market at East Tampa, 3206 North Sanchez Street.
Hey, this is Tampa Bay Tammy. Don't forget to pick up your copy of In Touch News.
We're playing your favorite old school. Today's R&B. With a smooth touch of jazz. You're listening to In Touch Radio.
Okay, this is a Straight Talk Morning Show, and this is Andre Hill. Got my son co-hosting today in place of Latasha, Andre Hill Jr., and we have Melody Washington.
Hello.
So Melody, now we're going to get to the hair situation, but you're in a business where you encounter, people going sideways all the time. So some of these things that I'm pointing out, should resonate in your spirit as to say, yeah, we need to find alternative means of survival. So what's your take on that?
Well, one of the things I agree with what you were saying as far as, what Black men need to do as far as, stepping up their game and different things like that. But I also think that we as women, we play a part in that. And I think that we have to step up our game as Black women when it comes to supporting and really helping our Black men to get back on track. Because, it's so much negativity on them already. And when we, as strong as we are out there doing our own thing and then working within our superpowers and just, taking over the world, we tend to forget that, the way that is structured, man still should be head. And we should be able to respect that as women, even in our strength. We are the back, we are that rib, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We are that support system. That's what we were originally put here to be. And so I think it's important that in order to get them back on track, even with like our sons, our husbands, that we utilize our superpowers to get them back on track.
Absolutely.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes plenty. And that's why I brought up the issue of Shahrazad Ali is because she just basically saying, look, sisters,
Mm-hmm.
we got to get our act together,
Oh, yeah.
And understand the natural order of men, but this system is designed to put us in a position to lie.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Can I chime in on that?
Hey.
Real quick? So what I suggest, because like you're saying, Pops, the system that's put in place, for one, it suggests a hierarchy system most of the time. And so anytime you got men, a group of men, and one is subservient to the other one has a lower rank than the other one has less of an impact than the other one is making less money than the other one. then you're going to have those potentials for jealousies, envies, and lying, right? Or the hooker crook factor comes in sooner or later. The I want to sleep with your wife factor comes in sooner or later. That's just the nature of it. What I suggest is the more cooperative style, round table, everybody get a vote style structures of black men coming together to accomplish whatever feat, whatever venture.
Got to do it.
We got to.
Yeah, and somebody posted on my Facebook page this morning about, you know, black men, when you're walking down the street, you see another black man, instead of, you know, looking all crazy at him, you know, we do have a culture, we nod at each other.
Exactly.
But this sister said we need to reach out, shake his hand, ask him if everything is okay. Yeah. What can I do to help you, kind of thing, you know, because it's that serious.
It is.
I mean, the fate of the planet relies on the fact or the hope that the black Aboriginal man get his act together.
So you're right.
I mean, the fate of the planet.
I agree.
Yeah, and then our beautiful Nubian African black women, you know, they will then start to bloom in their natural order and amplify that superpower.
Well, I'll even say this. I'm speaking from example, brothers. Well, speaking from experience. When you are a black man and you are passionate, and you were pretty accurate about your mission, sisters will support you.
Amen.
I'm saying it again.
Amen again.
She already said amen.
Sisters will support you. I'm telling you. I'm speaking from experience. With all the things that me and my father are doing, we tag team. We're an example of it. I mean, we ain't got much of a choice. I mean, because, you know, that's my pops. And it's a good situation. But anything that we want to do, I'm talking about, we get sisters to volunteer. Half the time they show up to support out of the desire to see this happen, whatever it is that we're talking about.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So again, you know, of course, it's on us to make sure that whatever it is that we're trying to do is feasible. Right. We don't want to waste nobody's time. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, the sisters will support you if you're doing something righteous and it makes sense, all right, and it's going to support the community.
I have a really good example of that. I know two women, both of which are married to pastors, and one of them is in a church that is truly thriving, doing very well, and one of them is in a church that is doing absolutely nothing.
Right.
And the difference that I see, and it's very clear, is this woman is backing this man 100%. She is the backbone that is making that church thrive because she is backing him.
Mm-hmm.
But on this other end, this woman is not. And the reason for that is because the lies, the cheating, the this, the that won't even come to church sometimes. So you're right. When you got a strong woman and you are a strong man and you're doing your thing, you are on point, and you got a woman that's strong too, she can take you to a whole nother level. Whole nother level. So you are so right about that, brother. So, and both of you are right. Like you say, you have to step up as a man and prove that, okay, I'm trying to be better. And the women who are truly out there trying to see men develop and do well will back you, you know, but they're not going to back nonsense. That's for sure.
Right.
None of us will do that.
All right. So you know, so my son and I, we span we have a differential of 3 generations between us. Now, he's in his 30s and I'm in my 60s. All right. And we collaborate, we communicate, and we talk. So, you know, also, you know, brothers that are listening, to bring some money, to bring to Tampa, to get you show you the way, back you up. And yeah, come hang out with us on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. at 1240 Ray Charles Boulevard. We meet every Wednesday night. We're strategizing. We have a think tank, a business think tank. We're working progressively, and we need some numbers. Numbers is how we're going to get things done. This is how we're going to get that. How is it? 3 trillion? How much we spend?
There's 3-point-something trillion.
Yeah, we're going to recirculate that money
now.
Yeah, so you don't have to hook or crook, play all these games. All the other cultures are taking money, and then they looking at us like, we ain't sharing nothing with you black men because we know that you just naturally supernatural. But then if you ever acquire a higher realm of spiritual consciousness, you know, we ain't gonna be able to deal with that. But by the same token, to them other cultures, those other men, our men, the men that we're training and teaching, we're not retaliating. There's no animosity towards all these other cultures. We know that we're charged with saving this planet, and we got to do this by any means necessary. With a code. With the code. With the code.
Yeah.
All right. So, and here's one other thing. So I talked about with the sister that posted that. Black men, do not spy and do not sell out other black men. That's a curse. That's a sin. If to go to other cultures that wants to oppress and continue to enslave us because of our DNA, brothers, if the ultimate sin is for you to sabotage, betray the love and the trust of that melanated skin. So you need to embrace that, brother. And we need that in our culture, that anybody going back to report or to do anything to circumvent a progressive movement to strengthen our families and bring our people back together. You know, if you're a Judas, you really need to get moving. You know what happened to Judas? He ended up hanging himself.
Yeah.
So don't worry about what you've already done. Just stop doing it from this point on. All right, because we forgive you. But if you keep doing it, then there's going to be some consequences and repercussions from the Most High. And boy, you don't see. That's why that subject of hell. People think, well, okay, I'm just going to go down in the ground and be naked, run around chasing women on fire. I can handle that. No, that's a lie. Go to my Facebook page. I featured this particular post that was made up by these old corrupted churches. Hell is you come back in the next life and you walk a mile in the shoes of those that you transgress against. And it can get even worse than that in terms of what karma will do to you, even in this life, not to mention the next 10 lives. So you need to really think about, just making a quick buck by selling out your own culture, your own people, your brothers, your sisters, your mama, your uncles, So so these are the first steps of regaining your superpowers. And there are going to be more things that we're going to talk about in future shows. But right now, we want to get that out there. And let's start today. I'm not gonna lie, cheat. Still, if you got 2 women, 3 women, tell them. Don't lie to them because they're gonna find out and they're gonna disrupt you. Just be upfront. Look, I got it like that. I can handle 3 women. Take it or leave it. And if and then some women is gonna appreciate you being truthful and gonna say, okay, well I can work with that. I know what I'm dealing with. So I don't know what Melanie you got.
Not this one. Okay.
We'll see.
But it might be some out there.
There are some out there, and Melanie is one of them cardinal signs, and she's in charge. But now that's one of the things that Miss Ali talked about. She talked about it in a way that nature. There are like 5 women to every 1 man in nature naturally. But then when you add this slave system of incarceration and murder of our men, now those odds are increasing to 15 to 20 to 1. And so that putting us in a precarious position. Our women are starting to go to other races, other cultures, because there are not enough of us, and then the few of us that there are, we lying, cheating, and playing games, and so we got to fix this. All right. So, okay. So one other thing, we have our sponsor.
Well, I just stepped out, and then I heard you talking about handling, 3 women, and I thought that was a topic worth talking about.
You want to chime in on that?
I'm trying to handle the one I got.
You want to leave that hot potato alone? Okay. All right. So don't forget, we got Brother Michael with Best Deal Pharmacy. He's located at 5352 North Havana Avenue. This brother, he specializes in tailor making these pharmaceutical drugs, for people that may have abnormal situations. So go by, check in on him, or give him a call at 813-644-6845. And give Michael a call and let him know you heard about it on Straight Talk Morning Show, because that helps us, with our business. That keeps us on the air, because we bring the truth. We're not going to bring you all the BS and play all those antic games on the radio, jokes and all that. No, we're here about bringing you the straight talk on how we're going to fix our community. All right. Okay, so we got Melody here, and we need to go into now. Melody, how did you get into the science of hair? And okay, so just 2 minutes, and we'll be right back. And she's gonna get you regather your thought. And she's gonna tell us about what y'all need to do about your hair, because what you're doing, if this woman is studying the science, y'all need to check this out. Yeah. Just be right back with you.
Stay tuned. Come back.
You informed, in tuned, and in touch. Your worldwide radio connection, In Touch Radio.
Hi, this is Trina Johnson with Caldwell Banker Real Estate, the real estate agent you've been looking for. If you want top dollar for your home, or you're looking to make a purchase, call me at 813-244-6953. Again, 813-244-6953, and let me list your home.
Hi, this is Dale Day. Join me every Monday at 7 p.m. for Jazz at Miss Connie's house, bringing you the smoothest jazz and the coolest guests right here on In Touch Radio.
Hi, I'm Donald L. Dowers Jr., your motivational guru. This is the DLD Motivational Moment. One darn second. America, since 2017, is suffering from a serious hiccup. 9/11 is seriously overused in a distasteful manner. Every day, the cops are calling on an innocent person of color. It amazes me that America has come down to this. A person of color becomes a person of interest. Waffle House, the dorm, Starbucks is a few. This is not the lunch counters, sit-ins of the 1960s. 2019, harassed simply for being black and proud. Hold on one darn second. This has been the DLD Motivational Moment. Pre-order my new book, Motivational Moments, at DLD282002 at yahoo.com or 813-394-5875.
Okay, we're back, and Melody's getting ready to break it down, the scientific understanding of how to manage your hair. Talk to us, Melody.
Okay, well, actually, how the way I got into natural hair care is really, I tell people, natural hair found its way back to me. We were all born natural, but I wasn't actually looking to go natural. I was working in the financial service field, and I just happened upon a shop in St. Pete where they were doing natural hair. And I went in there to talk to about financial services, and of course we ended up talking about hair. Okay. But this woman, she had such a great passion for natural hair that I was like, really, she just, in that time that we talked, really educated me in a way that I had not been educated about my hair. At the time, I was actually doing hair part-time, just, making a little extra change. And my hair was I was transitioning natural, but without even trying. But after that conversation, I made the conscious decision to actually go natural. So yeah, so it kind of made its way back to me. And in doing that and transitioning, I went through a few struggles here and there, and just like anybody else. But once I mastered and knew what I was doing, and I was working with the women I was working with, and I finally saw the beautiful texture of my natural hair, I decided, wow, I really want to keep this. I want to keep this, and I want to continue to grow it. And so when women would see me and they would see my hair, they say, oh, you have good hair. If I had your hair, I would, transition. I would go back to natural too, And at first it was a compliment, but after a while it got to be a little annoying, because I started thinking, you know what? We all have good hair. This is what our hair does naturally. It's just that we weren't raised to take care of this or to tame this. Most of us didn't even never knew the texture of our hair because we were either straightened or permed so early on that we never knew that. And once I saw my texture, I was like, who knew I had this? You know what I mean? So I wanted to find a way to educate women once they started saying, you know, if I had good hair, I had to show them that you have good hair. And when I started showing women that, I got excited about it. I said, you know what? I could do this. I could do this as a business. I could actually coach women back to their natural tresses. Because guess what? Whether you want to or not, you will be going back to natural at some point in your life. So
or
now
no
is
hair.
the time. Now is the time to get to really get into this natural culture, because it's not a trend. It's not a trend. We're all going there at some point. So we wanted to be able to give people that opportunity by coaching them and getting them on the right track. And it's really not that hard as people make it out to be. It really isn't. And that's why we tried to put things in step-by-step form to make it much easier for women to do it. I transitioned twice, actually.
Okay.
And that first time is when it was really atrocious. It was abysmally. And that's what made me write the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have a book. So what are the first steps for a woman to transition? I know you don't want to give away all your thunder, but just to give them a little tidbit on to get them started.
Well, the first step, seriously, is to change your mindset about the natural hair. Point blank, period. Because even if you started, if your mindset isn't right, you still will go back to that chemical processing, because you won't have a clear understanding as to the importance of it. And if you don't have that, you really won't work like you need to work to make this right. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. Is it's a conscious thing for us. And you have to think that it was instilled in us. When you look at all the beauty, everything, you go look up beauty right now, you'll see a picture of a white woman with blue eyes, straight blonde hair. That's the image of beauty. So consciously, we don't even see this as beauty, as beauty. So the first thing you have to do is definitely get in your conscious that this is what you really want to do.
Absolutely. So the media, that's why we need our own media, so we can project that. So wouldn't the damaging effects of chemicals be another motivating factor?
Oh, definitely. I mean, here I am at 51. I used to.
You don't look it.
I used to hide that, but I'm okay with it now. But here I am at 51, and I think about how sometimes, at this age between like 40 and 50, how you easily forget things, and you have to think where are these types of things coming from at such a young age. So I don't care what anybody say, chemicals are doing something to our brain.
Absolutely.
They got to be doing something to us. You know what I'm saying? And you seeing now with us women, back in the day, they used to.
Oh, y'all crazy.
That's the chemical. Get rid of the chemical.
Them chemicals driving them nuts.
Just joking.
But back in the day, I remember being a little girl and getting my hair braided, and it would be braided so tight sometimes my eyes would look Chinese. And I think women can relate to that. But even now, women are getting their hair braided tight just the same. But now what you're seeing is no edges. What is that about? You see what I'm saying? So over time, when you have all that chemical usage and then you're attributing the tight braiding and all that with it, you're going to see a lot more hair loss. A lot of people trying to say it's hereditary, but in some cases, maybe, but very few cases. But we don't inherently lose our hair. You know what I'm saying? As Black people. I mean, just go back into when I was younger and even our parents. When were we losing hair? You know what I mean? When was our hair just falling out? Or, you know what I mean? Right. So that does have a lot to do with what we're doing and what we're putting in our hair and what we're putting in our system. So do you cover that in your book? And you have your book here today. Well, basically what I did when I wrote this book was I wanted to keep it very simple. There are a lot of books out there that go into the chemicals and what's in them and different things like that. So I didn't want to really repeat that. What I wanted to offer women was good hair coaching by the book. Huh? And buy is B-U-Y, because when you buy the book, you will have seriously almost everything you need to get started on this journey. We made it so super simple where we have 15 customizable regimens step by step in the book, and we have 12 customizable techniques in the book. I even sprinkle some coaching tips in there, and we also have a place in there for you to actually have specific notes regarding your particular type and texture of hair. So we made it really super simple for you. We call this the playbook for natural hair care, because with Good Hair Coaching, when you join Team Good Hair, you get on board, you're going to have natural hair success. So,
okay, so how can a woman get this book?
Well, you can definitely go to my website for one, www.goodhaircoaching.com. We are located in 2 store locations, Annie's Beauty Supply in St. Pete. I'll give you that address too. I got to pull that up. And we're also located at Inspired Designs in Riverview, Florida. So you can actually pick up a copy of the book there as well. So yeah, so we got two different locations that you can pick it up, and of course online.
Okay, so if you want to call in and ask Melanie a question, you call in at 813-444-9588 and we ask her some questions about that particular issue. And we have another. She's all over the place. She's packing a pistol. She's fixing hair. What is the Black Boss all about?
Black Boss Network. Actually, I started networking once I was in the financial service industry back in the day. I actually started networking to meet people, of course, that could refer me new business and that type of thing. So back in 2006, I started a networking group for a company called Free Networking International. And so I worked one of his networking groups out in Oldsmar. And when we first started, we started about 2 people. And I thought, this is going nowhere fast. But over time, those 2 people grew, and we had almost 32 people a week coming out to network. So it was like, wow, this is huge.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good turnout.
Awesome. Yeah, so we moved to Palm Harbor at that point. But as I was networking, I started thinking along the lines of, what are we really networking and going on about our business? So I started putting together a structure called BOSS, and it's Business Owners Society, so that we could come together and network and do a little bit more than just hey and goodbye and that type of thing, but really get some genuine business. Well, some things happened with that, and I kind of put it on the back burner for a while, but I brought it back out the box in 2014. And when I did, I brought Black Boss on the scene under the umbrella of Boss, because in talking with some people and after experiencing the experience that I had with Boss, I realized nobody needed it more than our people.
Right.
So it's so much out there for everybody, and it's like, but we need these things as well in our community as far as business goes. So our main focus, of course, is connections, resources, and knowledge, and that's we have the website for the connections that we try to get people connected in the community, of course. And of course, resources. We need great resources to run our businesses. And there are some resources out there that we will never find out about unless, someone comes to the community and tells us about them.
Right.
Right. So we definitely need great resources in the community as well. So, and then, of course, knowledge. So what we're trying to house in the online community is those 3 things. We're baby right now. We're growing, but that's one of the things that we're trying to do. Those are the 3 focuses of our community right now. And with the connections piece, our main focus is getting our people to recommend each other, and of course, providing referrals for businesses so that they can continue to grow and excel and have money going through their businesses. Because like this message says, buy back our future, we can't do that if we don't have no money.
Right.
I can't just have a cute business and just making little sporadic money here and there. We got to have thriving businesses to pay back into the community.
All right. So absolutely. So one of the things we're going to cover here when we come back, getting us to trust each other again.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And understanding the necessity of your word is your bond, and show up when you say you're going to do what you're going to say you're going to do. Yes. And because I hear that all over the country, folks are complaining, well, I try to do business with our people, but just won't do right. But we'll be right back in just a few and give you another update on Black Boss.
a lawyer. I got the man to do the leg work for you. We tried the other ones before, so believe me. 100 down, 813-248-6300. Everything gon' be okay, call Ricky, he coming. You take the kids, state of Florida, grab a pen of sundown. 184-361 Rick. That's 184-361-425. Never word from the point forward, just recline. Just ask Ricky, plus your boy stay by. Just in case you missed it, I'ma tell you one more time. 184-361 Rick. Call Ricky, ask Ricky, is a legal medical referral service. The doctors and lawyers in our network are trained in handling auto injury claims, giving you the best medical treatment and recovery. Now 184-361 Rick. That's 184-361-7425. Ricky. Ask Ricky.
Hi, this is Trina Johnson with Caldwell Banker Real Estate, the real estate agent you've been looking for. If you want top dollar for your home or you're looking to make a purchase, call me at 813-244-6953. Again, 813-244-6953, and let me list your home.
Ray Williams Funeral Home, providing the highest quality, professional, and caring service for your family. Call Jeffrey Rhodes at 813-253-3419. That's 813-253-3419. Or visit him at 301 North Howard Avenue, Tampa, Florida. Ray Williams Funeral Home, for the finest care and quality service.
You know, during the break, you know, what she was basically saying, we need to be patient with each other, and she indicated the growing pains. So,
Yeah.
Go ahead with that, Melanie.
Oh yeah, the growing pains, and that's one of the reasons why, as a community, we have to have some in-house things, which is why the online community exists. We have to have those serious discussions as business owners as well, like you say, not taking our dirty laundry out to the street, but actually having those conversations in-house, and also getting educated in business about things that'll make us better business people. For example, I'll give you an example. My brother worked for a company that dealt with companies' matrix.
Mhm.
And see, all of us have some professional skills, even if it's from corporate America, that we can bring back to the community to educate our business owners to growth. And one of the things he talked about was matrix, and how some of our Black restaurants don't know about that. And if they did know about that, they know how to always have what they need, never run out of stuff, never, you know what I'm saying? Because of the matrix, they would be like these smaller other chain restaurants. You won't go to Burger King and they tell you I'm out of Whoppers. What do you mean you're out of Whoppers? That's just unheard of. You know what I mean? But you might go to one of our restaurants where they have great oxtails, or they have this, or they have that. Well, we don't have that today. What do you mean? What do you mean you out of oxtails? I'm hungry. But but just the lesson of listening to him talk about that, it was like, now this is something our Black restaurants need to know. We don't know. Nobody's coming to educate. We start a restaurant because we know how to cook good, right? But nobody came and educated us about the whole restaurant industry and how we need to do this and how we need to do that to keep our restaurant up and flourishing. And so with the education piece, we wanted to bring something different where we bring in those industry professionals who have worked in these industries, who know the behind the scene things that we may not know as business owners, but that can help get our business so that our business continue to thrive.
And we have, while I was in Atlanta, we have a homeboy up in Atlanta with 14 franchises.
Wow.
Restaurants. Nice.
And he's from Tampa, right?
He's from Tampa. He's from my era. And we're I'm not going to talk about him this week, but I'm going to talk about, because I need to confirm some things with him. But I'm talking about this brother. You know, when I went in this establishment, I was impressed. Black people working behind the counter, cash register, managers, Black folks going in doing business.
Wow.
You know,
so it's possible.
It can be done.
Oh yeah.
So I, first and foremost, our Black folks, we got to stop envying and hating on each other, because you don't have the excuse that, well, I don't have what they have. No, you come hang out with us on Wednesday nights at 1240 Ray Charles Boulevard, 7 p.m. We're going to give you the resources, the knowledge, the hookup, everything you need instead of sitting back hating on each other. Just step up. If you don't know what you want to do, we have some metaphysical knowledge. We can actually show you, just like I told Melanie. I said, Melanie, you didn't play sports. If she would have played sports, she would have been a superstar. Because Michael Vick, they have the same spiritual coordinates. That's metaphysics. That's the knowledge that our ancestors had hundreds of thousands of years ago. It was suppressed by those other cultures that want to enslave us. So don't be sitting back, oh, that's voodoo. No, it's math and science. Come hang out with us every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. We're going to bring you into the fold and we're going to move you forward. I'm a third generation entrepreneur. My son is a fourth generation entrepreneur. And I have over 50 years of business experience. And I'm giving it up to our people for free. Yeah. All you have to do is show up. You don't have no excuses. So stop sitting back hating and saying, well, I ain't going to do business with them because they don't know. If they're not doing right, tell them.
Communication is key.
You got to talk to them.
Especially and you think too that we were raised not to communicate. We're trained not to communicate because you couldn't just say, "Mama, can I talk to you?" So these are things that have to be unlearned. We have to be retrained to do these types of things. But another thing on that note that you were saying, don't be afraid to. I think the easiest way to break that mentality of hater and not wanting to help each other out is to force yourself to go and volunteer. Just go volunteer. I mean, I'm not just talking about in somebody's business.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying? Go volunteer in somebody's business and help them out. I mean, because the gift to you is you're going to learn something. That's your gift.
Now, that's
where you get paid.
That's one of our key notes that we're telling. See, we always wonder how in the other cultures why they hire their people and keep elevating them, because in a lot of cases they go and volunteer and learn because you don't know jack. So when you go in there and you volunteer there, and then chances are if you show up, they're going to end up hiring you just because of your dedication and your desire to want to do something.
And then the fear there too sometimes is, well, they don't want people to volunteer because they think, well, you're just going to come and learn everything and then you go try to do it. Well, you know what? Fine, go try to do it. My thing is, I've had that happen to me with Boss. There's a backstory to that, and I'll tell you about it one day. But here's the thing. They didn't have the blueprint.
That's right.
Okay, you might have copied some things that you thought you knew, you know what I'm saying, but you don't have the blueprint, and the blueprint is up here, and I didn't give you that. So don't be afraid to even have people come on board and say, hey, be on my team, volunteer, let me teach you some things. Let me help you grow your business. You help me grow my business, and we all win. Nobody's losing here.
I tell you, man, we need volunteers right now.
Same here. We're reaching out right now for volunteers.
I could use about 25.
Okay. So we probably should collaborate on how we can utilize some volunteers to help us all.
It's mandatory.
So,
exactly.
Definitely.
It's mandatory. So moving forward. There's so many opportunities that are coming our way, just like the brother up in Atlanta. He gave me some insight that there may be many more restaurants opening. So, the opportunities are here. We got a caller coming in.
Wow.
Go ahead, caller.
Good morning. Yes, I was just listening. I was hearing about the drive to get folks to volunteer. And, one of the things I would issue would be a challenge to businesses to create a formalized process where you bring in young folks and you share what you know so that they can now figure out what they may want to develop and grow into, where it'll be simple, very simple. I think a lot of businesses could bring in a student or two over the summer when they're out of school, high school or college. Let them see how the business, how they operate. In the field of somebody taking what you've learned and making it better. Well, if that serves the world, that's a good thing.
Right.
But I just think that if we as business owners, and I'm a business owner,
right,
we're willing to formalize our process where we bring in someone and we intentionally put the word out and we bring in a student or two and don't sit around waiting for the government or a grant or somebody to say it's okay to do it. So you commit yourself to really serving the community that serves you by bringing in students, giving them some information and insight on how business operates. I think we'd all will grow. We don't have to worry about the volunteer piece. You'd have kids and people knocking down the doors to get in so they could learn about, what this war has to offer and how they can be a contributing factor to it.
Awesome.
Thank you for taking my call, and I'll hang up and listen.
Very good point, caller.
Yes, that was awesome.
And for our Facebook friends that didn't hear that, the caller is recommending that our businesses get the kids to come in during the summer and volunteer with these Black businesses so that they can start learning, and get out of the mindset, well, I need to get paid. Well, all the other cultures, they do this and they know there's some sacrifice in the beginning, but eventually, I promise you, when you show up and at least indicate that you want to learn something, you will get paid, but you got to invest. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller. Hello. Okay. All right. Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. So that's the plan. And so
But here's the thing, like you were saying, you do get paid. The value in the knowledge that you get.
Can't take it away.
Exactly.
That can get you paid for life. I tell, and I don't want to bring this up, but I tell inmates who have a skill, I said, listen, that felony don't mean nothing. If you got a skill, you can still get paid.
Absolutely. Right.
You need to just, get the ideas behind making that skill work for you. So, so the knowledge that you get from the people that you're working with, that you're volunteering for, it's invaluable.
Yeah. All right. So Melody, we definitely got to have you back on, and we need to collaborate on some things with what you're doing in our organization. And, we're getting ready to leave out, and I'm headed over to Shaneri to go work out. I got my workout uniform on. And I'm going to do 2 push-ups, and I'm going to get on the treadmill for like 15 seconds.
Make it look good.
But I'm hanging. Shaneri is over at 3802 Southdale Mabry and Suite B1 and Bodies by Shaneri. I'm going to go get my body tightened up because I'm in my 60-somethings. And my birthday is coming up. So at my birthday party, I'm going to be fit. I'm gonna be out on the floor doing the James Brown, the Michael Jackson moonwalk. So
we had to buy some new shoes.
Yeah, so be sure to tune in next week, family. We really appreciate you calling in and tuning in to us. This is Straight Talk Morning Show with Melody Washington and my son sitting in as co-host today, Andre Jr.
Peace and love.
And this is Andre Hill. We thank you for listening. Take care. We see you next week.